Hello everybody, it's GuidingHalo here. It's going to be your daily hope, pardon me, for the 28th and 29th. I hope you're all doing well. Man, have I been busy dealing with health stuff and scans and oh my goodness. Yeah. So anyway, all's well so far, so that's a bonus. Alright, let's get some info. Find out messages from the divine, what we can expect moving forward, and how we can actually expect it coming our way. What can we expect moving forward? Fire. I choose to be unstoppable. My passion is my power. I am bold. I am brave. Mighty forces come to my aid. So there's something about stepping into massive power, energy, harnessing the passion within you and going for what it is you want. Energy. I choose to be unstoppable. Amen to that. What's the desired outcome? What's the divine taking us towards? Partnership. The puffin. Accept yourself and your colorful personality. Feel confident about being you. You are a joy bringer. Let your community nourish and protect you. Ask for help. Teamwork will give you the best results. So, trying to go it alone, perhaps grasping the passionate opportunity, but they're saying that they're leading to you towards some sort of partnership about working together with somebody, whether that's person, place, or thing, love, money, career, whichever it is. There's something about that here that's incredibly important, obviously. Look at that though. See, we have two tigers and two puffins. They're not going it alone. They're all together here doing their thing. Yeah, I'll pull this one next. This is from this here is the Spirit of the Animals Oracle, and this one I'm using, I believe, is the Mystical Shaman, yeah, by Baron Reed, Lobos, and Villaldo. That's an interesting name. Villaldo. Wow, that card, those shuffled nice. Wow, they just like, woo, fell one on top of the other. Just like perfection. So that's something for this. It's like it's going to fall in one on top of the other. Just absolutely like perfection. It's like, I don't even know if you have to do anything other than just embrace your passions and expect the best from the universe. The Andean Cross, card number 2. Look at that, 2, 2, and 2. Wow. It's all coming together, my friends, in some sort of way. Yes, it is. Let's read that card. Card number 2. Beginning a new phase? Is that the plan? Starting a new joint venture, perhaps? I would love to do joint work with somebody. I'm just not sure how to approach it. All right. The essence of this card. The Andean Cross represents the cosmology of the shaman. It depicts the 4 cardinal directions, the upper and lower worlds, and the steps to reach these realms. The hole in the center is a gateway to interdimensional travel. Oh, that's something I've been doing. The proverbial eye of the needle, we can all go through the experience, higher states of awareness and wisdom, and to break free of linear time. So the invitation with this card, what is it calling you to? The Andean Cross announces the start to a great journey. Oh yeah, look at that, see? It's time to raise your gaze from the mundane day to day to that which, until now, has seemed beyond your grasp. Allow new wisdom to guide you and stop trying to make sense of it all before you respond with a resounding yes. The time has passed, or this is the medicine, how this will help heal you. The time has passed and the window of opportunity has closed. It's not the moment to take the leap you have been over-preparing for. So if it comes in reverse, I think we read it as the medicine, and if it comes up right, then we read it as the other. So this is saying here that it is time. It's time to understand that you're ready for higher evolution, even if you don't even believe you are. Allow new wisdom to guide you and stop trying to make sense of it all before you respond with a resounding yes. So don't worry about making sense of it all. Just flow with the go, my friends. And on the bottom, we have the coyote. Talk about focus, moving to a number 3 card. Yeah, beautiful. All right. Let's pull a Flower of Life card as well. I'm going to put that down a little bit there so we can see all the beautiful cards. I just love these cards so much, hence why I use them. So the Andean Cross, portal of energy opening for you to go through. Choose to be unstoppable. Embrace your passions. You are bold and brave. Mighty forces come to your aid. Some sort of partnership. If anybody knows any people online that are like scientists or, you know, engineers or all that sort of thing, tell them to hit me up, because I got some ideas need some working through, and I don't have all of the necessary components to make it work yet. Be peace. Love is beyond thoughts, feelings, and emotions. It is a state of being, an expression of the all fully experienced by being in each moment. Don't think about being in the moment, just be in each moment. Be the courageous, loving being you are. Step out of the shadows of your past. All that matters is what you do in each moment. Make today the best day of your life by deciding your life is yours to live in whatever way is meaningful to you. You brought yourself to this life, and you are responsible for the quality of it. No more pulling and pushing what you like or don't like. No more resistance, for this causes suffering and pain. Oh yeah, it sure as hell does. From this moment, you can choose to be at peace and in the flow of love, no matter what is going on around you. Today, the life you have truly wanted begins. There's definitely a new something going on. Stepping into the new something here. Absolutely. Wow. That's awesome, because I think, you know, we've all been waiting for that new something. There's so much going on in the world right now, and everybody is at odds or in fear or whichever about whatever. And I'm just going to tell you to trust the divine, trust that flowing with the go is what's meant for you and the cosmos right now in order to get into a place to bring in this new paradigm. I mean, we've already started, but the reality is we have just begun, and barely just begun. So the less resistance you have and you flow with what's on the go, the easier it will be for you. Through all this time, it seems to me that somebody may be coming together to work with somebody in partnership, or it could be in love too. We'll have to pull some tarot. Anticipation. Something wonderful is happening. Changes in the air. Open yourself to blessings on their way. So I feel someone's feeling depressed here, feeling like they have no control, feeling like everything just happens to them, feeling like they're just a bag of bones walking on the earth, and yeah, whatever happens, happens, like whatever. That is the beginning phase of losing resistance. So don't feel bad about yourself or upset that you feel that way. When you feel that way, a lot of times the step before hope is losing all resistance to what's going on. And one of the best ways to lose all resistance is to understand that control is futile. You have courage, you can endure, find your center, and spiral into your power. So it's going to take great strength, whatever you're going through and whatever you're dealing with, but they want you to anticipate the beauty that is coming your way and have courage and strength. Courage is not the absence of fear, but rather that the judgment is that your decision or whichever you're going to do is more important than the fear you're feeling. So if it's stepping into the new, it's doing whatever it's doing, you know, that's so important to remember that the power that is within you, the energy that flows through you, the love that is built up even through your DNA, through everything, that energy that's coming up to grab you for the first time in such a long time, you have to lose the resistance first. So if you're feeling depressed or you're feeling down, you feel like it's just never going to happen or come, that is part of the losing of the resistance, you see. The more that we try to force what is meant to be, what is to fall into our lives, but we force it to come sooner, or we get resistance to the fact it's never going to come. I mean, then you start to get depressed, and what's the next step down, right? Total surrender, because you have no choice but to total surrender. So depression, I want to say, is part of the process of surrendering control. And as soon as you surrender that control, you end up with all of the power, because that is when you can truly start to hear. Let's pull a card from the Universe Has My Back deck. This is Magical Times Empowerment cards. anyone wants the names to these decks or whichever, you'll just have to watch the video again. Look at that. See, someone's not completely surrendering. It came out upside down. I surrender to a power greater than me, but upside down, someone's having a really hard time surrendering to the new that's coming in. It could be that you have Saturn in a very harsh placement right now in your chart, and Saturn right now is like the father figure, the energy of being, things are done a certain way, and that's the way they're going to be done. And the younger generations are coming in saying, oh, no, that's not how things are going to be done. We are going to fight still for what it is, the new that's coming, and how we want it to be. But the older people are trying to hold on to everything that they've built, everything that Saturn they've put their roots into the ground and built the home and built the land and built the everything. So there's a lot of friction and heat and stress. So if you're dealing with parents or you're dealing with older people, whichever, they're having a lot of fear about their roots. Think about it. A tree that's almost 100 years old, the amount of roots that are in the ground with that tree. If they are the tree, to pull up those roots, that is painful. So please have some compassion about what's going on and explain to them, even say, you know what, I think I'm starting to get how you feel. It's like you've built so much in your life, you put so much out there, and you feel like it's being all ripped out. Everything you knew that gave you grounding, everything you felt, it's all being ripped out. And give them compassion and understand how that would feel. I've had that happen in my own life. I've given away every single thing in my home because I knew intuitively that change was coming. And the divine worked it out beautifully that someone absolutely wanted it all, and whatever they didn't want, I sold. And I mean, it all worked out beautifully. And here I am now, sitting here with a beautiful new business, talking to you beautiful people, trying to help you understand the power that you are in surrender, the power that you are. I think the greatest strength is in surrendering to a power greater than you. That is when you spiral into your power. My happiness is a direct reflection of my level of faith in the universe. You see, it's not about faith. I think the biggest thing is the disconnect here is that the level of faith we feel is usually in ourselves and others. So when we stop putting the ego in center and put our faith in the divine and surrender fully, that is when our happiness and our vibration raises, you see. And I know that 98% of all of you know this on the channel, but sometimes we need the messages just told in a little different way or something. And I am telling you, 5 minutes of hope is worth 1,000 bank accounts of billions of dollars. When you are in a place where there feels like no hope, and all of a sudden something comes along, a statement, a comment, something about love or compassion or about understanding, even for yourself, understanding that you want the changes, you want beauty to come in your life, and being compassionate with yourself about that. You're allowed to want that. You're allowed to desire what it is you desire. So why do you beat yourself up? What is that about? This is upside down too. When I lean on certainty and faith, I change my mind about the world I see. So everybody's very uncertain about the world that they see right now. Not surprising. Of course, there's so many changes going on. There's so many different things. Well, what's going to happen? Who's doing what? Why are they doing this? Are we going to lose everything? There's so many questions that are unanswered. But if we surrender and we be peace, and step into the new paradigm, I mean, you are not alone. It seems a partnership is coming in some sort of way, which is absolutely beautiful. This here is from the Untethered Soul deck, and it has Going Beyond. I love these cards. They're all about the colors I love. Throat chakra, all that sort of thing. What if consciousness were to remove its focus from your personal set of thoughts, your personal set of emotions, and your limited sensory input? Would you become untethered from the bonds of the personal self and be set free to explore beyond? Perhaps that's the deeper energy of this. Not maybe even surrendering to what's going on in your 3D world or what's in your mind, but surrendering your sensory input. I love that, because you have to understand, as a human being, our sensory input is limited. I believe all of that is absolutely changing. But there's some sort of fear perhaps about being like the older people, or people that have Saturn strongly in their chart, in hard aspects to Uranus or what's going on right now. You feel like you're going to become untethered from who you are. And the problem herein lies is that you will not become untethered. In actuality, when those roots are pulled up, you're actually becoming more you, because those roots no longer are serving you purpose, you see. That's really hard to take in sometimes, I'm telling you, because I sit here and I do the readings, and I want to share all of this with you, and the energies that come through in channeling, but then I sit here and go, oh my God. Sometimes as I'm saying the message, I'm like, this hits me really hard too, you know. Like, I mean, we're all on this journey together. I'm just a human being here on the planet, being and doing and trying to bring joy to myself through helping others and loving on people. You see, and it really hits me too. Every time I pull cards, I'm like, wow, yeah, because it's like a new message every time, or a new understanding. It might be a same message or said similarly, but the new understanding from the level of the new level of awakening or vibrational energy that you're coming at this all from. It might seem familiar, but in the seeming the familiar, like I've heard it before, there's something in it that's a new root in a vibrational system that comes up and helps you grow that new tree, helps you grow that new part of you. We don't necessarily want just one tree alone. Can we not view ourselves as the whole universe? Can we not view ourselves as the whole forest? What are you planting? Is your whole life to grow one tree, or is your whole life to grow a forest? Hence coming in to partnership. When you want to grow a whole forest, there's many root systems that combine and join together, you see. This is an absolutely beautiful channeled message. I gotta say, I watch my videos over again because I don't know half of what I say most of the time. Dearest you, there is only one you, and you have a unique path and a special purpose. You're supposed to have specific experiences in this world and meet certain people, but then it's up to you how you live, how awake you choose to be, and how willing you are to grow and strip away what's false. Don't compare yourself to others. It's easy to think a person is happier just because their outside looks good according to society standards, but you can't know anyone's internal experience. Compare yourself only to your past self. See how far you've come. Don't be distracted by what others are doing or accomplishing. Stay focused on what inspires you. That's how you get successful and find happiness. We want to all be fulfilled, right? It's not just enough to do this work or any work. You've got to find a path forward that fulfills you. Want what you have now, not what someone else has. We love you immensely and know your journey ahead is sparkling with miracles and wondrous things. Just trust. Loving you forever and ever. What a beautiful message. Wow. I'm going to pull one tarot card and I'm just going to split the deck. Oh, look at that. See, I got strength. And the beautiful thing about this card in this deck is that she's already tamed those beasts. She's already tamed those fears. She's got them lock and keyed. She's got them ready to go. They are still with her, and those fears are attached. Perhaps that's where she needs to release them. But I mean, she's got control of all of those things. She's figured it out. She's figured out how to take the energy, the things that she was afraid of, the things that perhaps have happened in her life or harmed her, that even she's still attached to. She's starting to see that even the fears are beautiful. They're a stepping stone into the power that you are. This apple is all about knowledge, learning, fertility, fertility. It's about growth. It's about understanding. It's really a shift in paradigm. Same thing like in the stories in the Bible with Adam and Eve. It was a shift in understanding, a shift in a paradigm happened when someone bit an apple. She's holding an apple, and as you can see, it's full. It's not been bitten into. It's not nothing. It's just there. You see, and so she understands the power of shifting into the new paradigm, just like the cards were saying. But there's something she will need to release in order to do that. So releasing the fears that you carry with you, I don't know if you're ready to do that. It's going to take great strength. The thing is, I believe this card also speaks of taking the fears that you have with you, taming them, and understanding that they are stepping stones to the next. So you don't necessarily want to. It's like the Eight of Cups or something, right? When you were walking away, leaving things behind, were this, were that. The thing is, if you leave your Eight of Cups behind, then you're heading to a 1 cup. How can you add a 1 cup in the tarot? How can you add 1 cup to the 8 cups you've left behind to get the 9th cup? You can't. You're starting over again, and you're going into the Ace of Cups again, you see, or the Knight of Cups, or something minimalistic. So maybe that's what someone's doing, is trying to head into a minimalistic life. But the thing is, when you leave the cups behind, those are all wisdom, emotional wisdom that you've learned. You can't leave those cups behind. Someone wants to... Wow, I was just stopped from saying that. Okay, I was just told go ahead. Someone wants to leave the cups, leave everything behind, all of the emotional pain, all of the everything, but you have to understand, you cannot leave those cups behind. It is for you to work through. If you leave those behind, you are going to repeat the cycle constantly. You cannot have a 9 of Cups unless you take the lessons of the 8 of Cups with you. You see what I'm saying? So even though you might want to walk away from all those cups and everything you've learned, throw your hands up in the air and say, screw it all, man. I highly urge you to embrace your strength and to understand that everything you've been through is for absolute purpose. Everything you've learned emotionally is for absolute purpose. And to honor the things that you've learned and understand how beautiful you are for going through it, for coming out of it all. And if you've not come out of it all yet, remember that it's not about leaving it all behind. People say, well, I don't want baggage. Well, you know what? If you don't get to a certain age, and I'm telling you, someone doesn't have baggage, I'm going to ask if you've really lived. Have you really lived? There's something about embracing your power, being unstoppable, and coming into partnership here to form a beautiful thing. And remember that you will not become ungrounded. Would you become untethered from the bonds of the personal self, be set free to explore beyond? Yeah, you would. And that's where the fear lies, is in the letting go. Letting go does not mean leaving it all behind, leaving all the lessons behind, all the everything else behind. It's about remembering what you've been through, seeing where you're at, and which way you're heading forward. It's about taking everything that's been a part of your life and that journey as a wise sage to go and help the masses. We go through things for absolute reason, my friends. Absolute reason. I can't tell you all how incredibly much I love you and how incredibly much I'm so happy that you're here with me and that I'm here with you during this journey. It means so much to me. I want you to remember that the divine loves you immensely, and know your journey ahead is sparkling with miracles and wondrous things. Please just trust. Loving you forever and ever. You guys take care. I'll talk to you again soon. Blessings.